turn on the video, and now you're not going to be able to see yourself doing the perfect. But now we're going to do it again. So let's do all from light face. Can you still see light face?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
give me all 6 words, Sonny.
Light face,
Now,
light-headed.
Light.
Yeah. Light face, light-headed, light-heart.
Okay, that was an N.
Light-hearted.
Light.
Light-hearted.
Yes.
Light.
No,
Light-headed.
that was an N. Try it with just the L. Light.
Light-headed. Light-headed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lighthouse.
Yes.
Lightning.
Yes.
Lightly.
Yes. Very good. You see, you're starting to feel it because you couldn't have pronounced those 6 correctly if you didn't feel it. That is fantastic. I'm very happy to hear this. So now that we've done that, we can move on to the other difficult sound. Are you comfortable with that? Yes. Are you comfortable with that I sound now? L-I.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a matter of practice. And any time that you have the opportunity, go back to la, 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 lie. Because that forces you to open your mouth for the ah sound after the L, okay? So that's important. Now, the IL is another sound that we had a little bit of difficulty with last week. So I'm just going to cut and paste these 3 words. And I want you to, let me see, paste. Ah, very good. Did I do it? No, yes. Okay, so Lily, pronounce those 3 words that are in one line there.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to read it.
Okay, it's armadillo.
Armadillo, okay.
Chinchilla.
Chinchilla.
Illiterate.
Illiterate. Okay, okay.
And Olivia?
Armadillo, chinchilla, illiterate.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't seem to have that issue. Okay, Olivia, you try that.
Okay. Armadillo, chinchilla, illiterate.
Correct. Yes. All right, now Sunny.
Oh. Armadillo, chinchilla, illiterate.
All right, try that second word again.
Chinchilla is right.
Chinchilla.
Chinchilla.
Yeah.
Are you sure this English is not Spanish or something French?
Well, no, it's not Spanish. It's not Spanish. Who else? No. English.
Chinchilla is.
In Spanish, it would be a
What's
Y,
this
right?
word mean?
Yeah, why it would be in Spanish that would have been a Y. You're right. Let's try these. These are fairly simple.
Chinchilla.
Chinchilla. What is chinchilla? Oh, this is a mouse.
Chinchilla
Yeah.
is a fur coat that people used to wear years ago. I don't know if they still do. All right, here are 3 words. Lily, can you try these 3?
Okay. Can you see my mouth?
I can see it.
Dissolution.
Millennium. This is a difficult word. It is a difficult word. Millennium.
Millennium.
Yes.
Millennium.
That means 1,000. 1,000 years.
Millennium.
Right. Okay. All right. Olivia, can you try those 3?
Okay. Bill, dissolution, millennium. Difficult.
You break the word up if you're having difficulty. So it would be millennium.
Millennium.
Yum. That IU, that INI actually turns into a Y. So it's yum.
Young.
Yeah, millennium.
Millennium.
No, not French. Millennium.
Millennium.
Yes, it would be
Millennium. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
Millennium.
English is difficult because we don't pronounce it the way we spell it, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you don't have somebody telling you this, you will never, that's not a word that you're going to pronounce. All right, Sonny, your turn.
Beer, beer, disillusion,
Very good.
millennia,
Millennium.
millennium,
Millennium.
millennia,
Yeah. The
millennia.
Yes, the reason I picked this word is exactly why it gave you difficulty the first couple of, you got it right the last time. But because you're going from an L to an M, right, an N rather, it kind of is it's a confusing sound, very confusing. So
Yeah.
what I want to do is, because, let me go down a little bit. I have a million of these. I was actually looking for words that were, that had this type of pronunciation. So here are three more that I want to go through. And Sonny, I'd like you to try these first.
Okay.
Oh, let me send them to you. Okay.
Charlie, illegal. Windmill.
Very good. Right. The first word is chili. But I was more interested in the L sound, and you got that right. So, okay, Olivia, can you say those three?
Okay. Chili. Illegal. Windmill.
Okay. Windmill.
Windmill.
Yes. All right. Lily?
Chile, illegal, windmill.
Okay. You see? Perfect. Now, Sonny, Olivia, and Lily. Did you notice that it was more easy for you to pronounce that IL sound when it's in the middle or end of a word versus at the beginning of a word? The same thing with lighthearted or any LI sound. The reason is when we have conversation in English, right, all the sounds run into each other. And it as your mouth is moving, making the sounds, it's already positioning for the next sound. When we pronounce these individually, though, especially when the difficult sound is at the beginning, you have to force yourself to make that sound without, and think about it, right? So if I have difficulty pronouncing lighthearted, when I have to pronounce the word lighthearted, I have to think L-I. So, you know, it's L-I. But if it's in the middle of a sentence, like she's a very lighthearted person, right? It's like she's a very light, and it's from the Y, a very, right into the, you won't have that difficulty. So that's the purpose of conversational English that we teach at PCCES, because conversational English, I should say, makes each word run into the next one. So let's go back to the difficulty of these three words. Sonny, I want you to pronounce these three words for me one more time before we move on.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going back to difficult sounds now. So here we have these three.
Oh, yeah. Lightning.
Right.
Lightproof. Lightproof. Lights.
Well, try that again.
Lights.
Lights. Yes. Remember, if you find yourself going back to the end sound, go back to our little trick of la 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 lights. Even if you do it in your mind, I think that we could try it. I don't know that it translates because it's a physical. Pronunciation is a physical act, right? That's why you can't learn to speak from watching a video or from watching TV. You can learn
Yes.
to understand the language, but you cannot learn to pronounce words from a video or speech. That requires
Yes.
somebody correcting your speech. So
Yeah.
always remember it's la 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 light versus night, right? We don't want the end
Yes.
sound in these words. So let's try some sentences. And I know I sent you some sentences, but I want to try my own sentences. Okay, so let's try this sentence. And Lily, can you read this sentence for me?
Okay. My vanilla ice cream spilled all over the grill of my car.
Very good. Olivia?
When I don't know the second word how to pronounce.
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Yes.
My vanilla ice cream spilled all over the grill of my car.
Very good. Very good. It's hard, right? Because those are difficult sounds. These are very this. You know, this is why I write these things, because they're hard to pronounce. And it
Yes.
forces
Vanilla, what's the meaning?
vanilla.
是香草味，香草味。
Oh,
Yeah, what
Yeah.
Sunny said. So,
Yeah.
all right, Sunny, now you try it.
My vanilla ice cream spilled all over the grill of my car.
Everything was good, but try that vanilla again.
My vanilla.
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 Yeah, vanilla, right? The N is first and then the L. So it's my vanilla ice cream.
My vanilla ice cream spilled all over the grill of my car.
Right, so it's my vanilla ice cream spilled all
Vanilla.
over the grill of my car. The reason you're having trouble with vanilla versus any of the other L's is that it's either at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end of a word, and you're actually having a conversation when you read it, except for vanilla. You stopped because you saw a difficult word, so you stopped your conversation. That's what I'm talking about, connected speech, right? You said my, and then you got stuck on vanilla, but then when
Yeah.
ice cream spilled all over the grill of my car, you just read it perfectly. So try it again, and just remember it's vanilla.
Vanilla.
Right.
Vanilla. Vanilla.
The N is first. Vanilla.
Vanilla. Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Vanilla, right.
Vanilla. Vanilla. Vanilla.
Not banana. Vanilla.
Vanilla. Vanilla.
Right. So when you read it, don't get stuck on vanilla. Just go over it and read the rest of it. Don't forget, conversation is a matter of making yourself understood, right?
Yeah.
So it's also how you put words in context. So if I hear you speaking and you mispronounce something, I'll understand what you're saying by the words surrounding the other word. So even if you were to pronounce it kind of, clunky, I would understand what you're saying because of the other words. And if I didn't, of course, I would ask. So be confident in what you're saying, because you do speak well enough to be understood. So try it again.
My vanilla ice cream spilled all over the script of my car.
Right. So all of your L's were good except vanilla. You still say vanilla. Vanilla. Focus
Vanilla.
on la.
La.
Right.
La.
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Exactly. That's all you have to do. If you have a difficult word and you know it's a difficult word, there's nothing wrong with, instead of saying my vanilla ice cream, no, my vanilla. I do that. Well, you hear me speak sometimes. I stop and I pronounce the word, so I make sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly, right?
Yeah.
So I would say this different. I mean, I would say my vanilla ice cream, right? And you wouldn't understand what I'm saying because I run all of my words together. So unless you're a native English speaker, it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing improper with saying my vanilla ice cream.
My vanilla ice cream.
Exactly. That was beautifully said. So go ahead, read the whole sentence now.
My vanilla ice cream spilled all over the grip of my car.
Well, it's grill of my car.
Grill of my car.
Right. So here's a word that I want Olivia to pronounce.
Okay. Okay. Lao.
Yes.
Okay.
You did learn. You did.
Am I right?
Yes, you're right. Now,
Lao.
yes. Now, Olivia had difficulty with that word, but now she's focused on the sound, so now she has no problem with it. So, again, sorry, I'm so happy. I've done 2 things today. Now, Lily, where do you have a problem at so I can fix the 3rd thing? No, not yet. So let's go to let's go to this sentence. I know it's a little dark, but when I wrote it, I just like the sounds in it. And well, no, I guess nobody was, so I guess it's not so bad. Lily, can you pronounce this sound? This sentence, rather?
As I run up the hill, lightning struck the village. Still, no one was killed.
Right. So it's lightning.
Lightning. Okay.
Right.
Like the hill, lightning struck.
Right. So the difficulty in some of these is that in English, and Lily speaks very good conversational English, so she speaks like an American when she speaks English, which that's why I understand Lily so well. So when she says, I ran up the hill in lightning, I don't pronounce all of those sounds either because it's conversational, right? I say lightning, right? How many sounds do you hear there? I hear 2, but it's really lightning. It's 3. So as I ran up the hill, lightning struck the village, so no one was killed, right? So it's not an easy sentence, by the way. Okay, Olivia, you try that one.
Okay. As I ran up the hill, lightning struck the village. Still, no one was killed.
Very good. Say that last word, though.
Killed.
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 Yes.
Killed.
You still.
L.
Yes,
Killed.
you're doing it right. You're pronouncing the L softly versus at the end of a sentence when you were actually saying L, right? It's killed, but you're not saying killed, right? You're saying killed.
Killed.
That's important.
Yeah.
Okay, Sonny, you try it now.
As I ran up the hill, lightning struck the village. Still, no one was killed. Right.
So we're going to hopefully be able to get to the V's and W's. I'm not sure that we will, but that's village. Village.
Village.
Yes. But did you notice that because you're focused on the V, you had no trouble with the IL, right?
Yeah.
Because you didn't focus on it. So you said you were more concerned about the V than that IL sound. And IL is the one that gives you trouble sometimes. So this is my point, is that because it's connected speech, your V ran into the IL perfectly. So you said village.
Yeah, village.
Yes, you see? So that's really good. So you're really getting far more used to it, to that sound. And it's making me very happy. I'm very happy to hear this stuff. All right, so here's one that has a difficult word in it. And let's see if we all can get it. I don't think that's going to be a problem because it's words that we've gone over before. Olivia, you try this one.
Look at the really little flag.
Very good. Lily?
Look at the really little flag.
Very good. Sonny?
Look at the really little flag.
Beautiful. See that really word? It's one of the hardest words to pronounce because that R and the L are incredibly difficult to easily mixed up. And you all got it right. I love that you're feeling these words, right? Because that's what we're trying to get, is to feel those words. Now here's one that is not simple at all, because what this word, the objective to this sentence is to get you to pronounce the R's and the L's. So take a look at this one. Yeah, this is not a pleasant one. This is, and Olivia loves this sentence. So Olivia,
Yeah.
you try this sentence.
Okay, let me try it. Laura and Larry really lull their rooster to sleep.
Okay, that was so close. That was so close. But it's Laura and Larry rarely lull their rural, that's a tough word, rural, roosters to sleep, right? So it's lull their rural, right? So that first R in rural is that's probably as tough to say as wool is. So let's try that sentence one more time.
Laura and Larry really lull their rooster to sleep.
Very good. Very good. The more you get used to it, the smoother it'll be. But it's important that we get the pronunciations correctly. That was very good. All right, Sonny, try it. Sonny?
Yes. Lara and Larry really loud their really rooster to sleep.
Okay, it's rural.
Rural.
Right.
Rural.
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 Right.
Okay.
Very good.
Row. Oh, is right.
Everything was right.
Everything
Everything was right. Try it from the beginning, please.
Okay. Nora and Lara really
Wait. Start from the beginning. I'm sorry. From the beginning.
Lara.
Laura. 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 You got it. You're getting it right. Laura.
Laura and Larry really loud their rural roosters to sleep.
Okay, so here is what I would recommend. Remember we talked about connected speech and how the and wouldn't be pronounced as and, right? It's pronounced as just an N. So I would say Laura and Larry, right, lull their rural roosters to sleep. It makes it a little bit easier. However is easiest for you is the best way, though, of course. So let's try it one more time.
Laura and Larry really loud their rural roosters to sleep.
Very good. Very good. See, that rural is a tough word, but you're getting it right. So that's really encouraging. Okay, Lily, you try it.
Laura and Larry really lull their rural roosters to sleep.
Okay, now did you hear the way Lily pronounced it? That's how you pronounce that. It's Laura and Larry, right? So, like I said, Lily speaks like an American, so she doesn't pronounce and the way she pronounces it the way I do. Laura and Larry. It's almost sounding like a word, right? So, Lily, can you try it one more time?
Laura and Larry really lull their rural roosters to sleep.
Right. Did you hear that Laura and Larry? Right. So she puts it all together. Now, the place that you're running into a roadblock is the lull.
Me?
Lily is.
Yeah. So I have the problem, right? Lull.
A little bit. But your Laura and Larry is perfect. And that's the hard part. Laura and Larry rarely lull their rural. Lull.
What's my problem?
Well, because L's sometimes get confused with R's because what happens is on the L's you only touch. Right? You have to touch.
Right? Low.
Yes, low. Because an
Low.
R, you don't touch the top of your mouth. An L, you do. So what happens is sometimes people will pronounce an R by touching the top of their mouth, and that makes it an L. Or they don't touch the top on an L, and it makes it an R. So that's
I don't get it. How should we pronounce L-U-L-L?
L-U-L-L is low. So your tongue touches and then drops and then goes back up to touch again. Low.
Low.
Low, yeah.
Low.
Yes. Low. You have to touch the top.
Low.
Yes.
Low.
Right. That last, those two L's are a hard L. So it's low. You almost say Lola, but you don't say the last.
Low.
Right. Low.
Low.
Yeah, you're saying instead of if you think in terms of the second, those two L's being a hard L meaning that you actually it's a voiced L, right? L is a voiced sound, but when you pronounce it as a double L, it's like ball, right? So ball, right? You almost are saying ball, but you don't go that far, but you are pronouncing the L, so it's ball. But you don't say low is the same thing. You say low, and if you need to practice it, you can actually say lola, but when you try not to say the sound. You try not to say that sound. So it's low.
Low.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So and when we go through these exercises and I'm explaining it, the more important thing is to feel what I'm saying, so that for low, you should be feeling your tongue on the back on that ridge and the sound coming out of your throat, but not going all the way to So it's low.
Low.
Right. Right. So it's low.
Low.
Yes. Low. Right.
Low.
Never go to W though. Never go so far that you actually because that happens, right? So some people in English, I mean, American speakers might say low. I'm going to lull myself to sleep. That's because Americans tend to become lazy in speech. So instead of actually pronouncing the L, right, they go to W, which is they don't have to raise their tongue. It's low. I'm going to lull myself to sleep. But it's low, so it's an L-U-L, okay? So
I just lull myself to sleep.
Yeah,
right?
Lull myself to sleep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, one more in this area here. This is, it's okay. But it has a difficult word that I use quite a bit as an example. All right, this is the last one we're going to try in this section because I'm sure we're all going to get it right. Olivia, you try it first.
Yellow arrows filled with rift leaves are rarely light.
Right, rarely was the key word there. You got it right. That's very good. And okay, Sonny, can you try that?
Yellow arrows filled with the rift leaves are rarely live.
Okay, so it's frilled.
The
This is the word we had. This is a difficult word. We had difficulty with last time. It's just say frill,
frill,
and then put a D on the end of it. Just frilled. Frilled. It's okay, let's go back to basics then. Let's say I'm not feeling well. I feel ill.
I'm not feeling ill. I fear.
I feel ill.
I feel ill.
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 Say the L sound like la.
La 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 la.
Right. So I feel ill. Instead of feeling la 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 ill, I feel
I fear.
Right. You're going to have, that's a word that really needs to be, though that IL sound.
Freer. Freer.
Free.
Afraid.
Free.
Free. Free.
Right. Old. Frilled.
Free.
Old. The
Free.
tongue has to be further out. It has to be pressed against your front.
Free.
Frilled.
Free. Free.
Filled. Your tongue has to touch your front teeth. It has to.
Yeah.
Frilled.
Freered.
Yeah, you see, you're getting to the LD, but you're pronouncing it by bringing your tongue from an R to an L. Skip the R part. Just go straight out to the L. Frilled.
Freed. Freed.
Very close.
Freed.
Yes. See, you're getting there, except that your tongue isn't touching your teeth. I could see it's not. So you're coming from the I, from the RI to an L, but you're not quite getting there. It's frill.
Yeah. Freer. I know it's times. First is R, it's not touch, then to move to the front teeth, then touch it, then the down, then freered.
Right,
but
that's hard.
I think because my tongue is not flexible, so it's freered.
It's practice, that's all it is. It's practice, don't worry about it. Just remember to practice.
This word I remember.
This is a difficult word for you, there's no question.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like you did with light. You practice, and now you have very little trouble with those. It's the same thing here. It just takes patience for you. It takes patience because I know that you want to pronounce it, so you get almost. It's a very frustrating feeling when you can't pronounce something.
Yeah.
You do have the ability to learn it, so just practice the frilled. That L sound.
Free.
Frill.
The. Free.
Can you say the word chill?
Chill.
Chill.
Chair.
Chill.
CHER. Chill.
So it's the IL at the end of a word that you're having difficulty. I have to write that down. That's okay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to work on that the next section because that's still giving you trouble, and we're going to figure out how to get from the I to the L. IL is ill. Ill.
L.
Right. Ill.
Air.
Right.
Air.
Ill. Yes. There you go. That's the sound that you want to get to. Remember that sound. So the section that we want to talk about now is the TH that we touched on last session. So I'm going to go over about 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So when we talk about the TH is definitely not a sound that's made in Chinese, in any of the Chinese dialects. That's that, and it's both voiced and unvoiced, right? And you make the sound by putting your tongue, the tip of your tongue, between your teeth, and you could bite down if you wanted to and make the sound, right, just by blowing air while you're holding your tongue with your teeth. To make it a voiced sound, you would just add an to it. So it's right? So let's practice some words. I think you'll see what I'm talking about. So here are 5 words. So now this is going to take you through some of these words, and Sonny, I want you to say these words.
The. this, that, these, those, there.
Okay. Try it one more time.
The, this, that, these, those, there,
Those.
those.
Right. So do you see, you're pronouncing it correctly, but do you see what the tendency could be? The tendency could be to not get your tongue far enough so that it becomes an S, right? Because an S, your tongue is further back in your mouth, right? A T, your tongue actually comes out. So if you're not sticking your tongue out far enough, it becomes an S, and the becomes the. Right, it
The.
becomes an S or a Z. So now, Olivia, can you pronounce those words?
Okay. The, this, that, these, those, there.
Right. So that you don't have any problems there. So let's
Yeah.
go. Here's the difference between a voiced and unvoiced sound. So this set of words is going to show you what we mean by voiced and unvoiced. Olivia, could you pronounce those?
Okay. Then, thigh, fee, thread, see, thin, there, saw, there, see,
Okay.
see.
Try it from the third line down and just go through all those 6 words.
Third line. The,
Right.
thin, thin.
Yeah, thin.
Am I right?
Yeah. No, but keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
There. Door. There. Thin.
Okay, the reason I wanted you to go through that isn't so much because, well, it was because instead of saying the, you said the. But I was more concerned about the R's and the L's in the last 2 lines, but you got them right this time. Before you didn't pronounce them. So you said there and they'll instead of there and they'll.
There.
Yeah.
There. There.
Right.
There. There.
Right. So, all right, Sonny, can you try those?
Then, thy,
Thigh.
fine. THRGH is thine,
Is thigh.
fine.
No, not fine. Thigh.
Martin.
Thigh.
Martin.
Yeah.
Martin.
Yes.
Is the TH thigh is close to the S in.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is that if you're not careful with that, if you don't stick your tongue out, you do pronounce it as thigh, right? But if you stick your tongue out, then it becomes thigh.
Yes.
If you don't stick your tongue out on that word, it will become sigh, and then it's wrong. It's a different word altogether.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why it's important that the difference between a thigh and a sigh.
Thigh.
Good. Right. Thigh.
Thigh.
Yes. And then try the next. Keep going.
THS thine.
Yes.
Thread.
Thread.
The.
Stick your tongue out. The. Yes.
And thing.
Thin. Your tongue's not coming out. I could see
Thin.
your tongue's not coming out. Thin.
Thing.
Yes.
Thing. And there.
There. Your tongue didn't come out.
There.
Mm-hmm. Thorn. You're blowing air. You're sticking your tongue out and blowing the air out, right? Thorn.
Song.
Yeah.
Song. Song.
Mhm.
There.
They'll. There's that L at the end. They'll.
There. There.
They'll.
There. There.
You have to pronounce the L at the end. They'll.
There. There.
They'll.
Is
Right.
there is right?
Well, you still pronounce. You're sticking an R in there. There's no R. You're pronouncing it.
There.
You're pronouncing it there'll. It's there. They'll. Okay.
Okay. There. There.
Right. Close enough. But, I mean, I would understand it. And if there's another word behind it, it wouldn't matter, right? So you could say they'll go to the store, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter because you're not going to pronounce it anyway.
Yeah.
So they'll be going to the store. You're not going to pronounce it. So, but in this sense, we want you to get used to that L sound. So it's they'll.
Yeah. Yeah. The worst is the.
It's
no
they.
onwards is the is right.
Well, the word is they, right? Is they will, because that's a conjunction. It's they will. They will, right? But because in English we put words together, right, and form them into one word, it becomes they'll, right? They'll. It's like you put a Y before the L. They'll.
Okay.
Right? So that's where it gets a little clunky here because they'll. Because it's really supposed to be two words. They will, but in English, like I said, we put words together and we make them into one, and that becomes they'll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the last word is theme.
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 It's the two.
Which words?
The last word is theme. Do you see the last word? Theme?
No.
You don't see this?
Last word is there. There.
Oh, you don't see
there.
Okay, let me see the last word. Hold on a minute, because I thought I posted it. I apparently didn't.
Yeah.
This word here. Hold on, let me see if I can catch it. Yes, I can.
Then.
Wait. Because this is a word that has sounds in it that are difficult. Let me do it this way.
Thing.
And it's this word here. I don't know if you could see it. Now you should be able to see it.
Yeah. Theme.
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 Right.
Theme.
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 Right. It's theme.
Yeah.
Okay.
Theme.
So that M, it needs to be pronounced at the end.
M is yeah.
Okay. So I have tons of these. We're going to have to go through this because this is a lot. But let's try a couple of these. That was hard. That's way too hard. Let's try it anyway. This is a really hard one. This sentence would be a session in itself. All right, go ahead. Olivia, you try it first.
Okay. Three free thrilling thrills fought on roof. 我的妈呀
Ruths.
Roof. Three free wait. Again. Three free thrilling three free thrilling thrills fought on roof.
Right.
My God.
See how but this Ruths, that's why I was kind of hesitant because but it's important that Ruths shows the difference between the TH and the S, because what you're doing is you're still pronouncing the TH, but you're pulling your tongue back, and that makes it an S. So it's Ruths. Yeah.
Roof.
You see how when you pull your tongue back, it becomes an S. It
Roof.
goes from a TH to an S just by pulling your tongue back. So you say Ruth, right?
Roof.
And then you pull your tongue back while you're still making the sound. It's Ruths.
Roof.
Yes. And
I
that's
focus on the single words.
That's a hard one. That's a really hard word to pronounce because you're going from a TH, which is your tongue between your teeth, to an S where you're pulling your tongue back. So it's Ruths while you're still making the same sound. Ruths.
Roof.
Yeah. And you're making the S sound, though. You have to make the S sound. Ruths.
Roof.
Yeah. All right. Sonny, you try this sentence.
Three frees raining freers fought on Ruth's roof.
Wow. Perfect.
Really?
That was-
I
That was
will think about raining and the freers fought on Ruth's. I think these two words is right.
Yeah, you got them right. I mean, but more importantly, you got Ruths perfectly. That's the hardest word there is Ruth.
Ruth.
Yeah, that was
Really?
good. Yeah. That's the hard
I
one.
is not my problem. L.
Yeah,
L is
no,
my
it's not.
problem.
That is not your problem. Yeah. So, but it's unusual because Americans can't pronounce that. We have a restaurant called Ruth's Chris here in the United States. Nobody calls it.
Ruth.
Right. Nobody calls it that. Right. They call it Ruth Chris because nobody can pronounce Ruths. Even Americans have to go. So
Really?
it's a steakhouse. So they'll say, yeah, I'll meet you at Ruth Chris. Because nobody pronounces it correctly. It's Ruth's Chris.
Ruth.
You know?
Ruth
So,
Chris.
yeah.
Roof.
So I mean this is a difficult one. That's Ruth's.
Roof.
All right, so let's stop on that because I took you over even more than the 10 minutes I said.
Okay.
But next week we're going to jump. We're going to do a little bit on the IL and the LA and the LI sound, but not as much as today. And then we're going to jump right into the THs, and then we're going into the Ws and Vs, which are also very difficult. It's not that they're difficult sounds; they're confusing sounds. So people will pronounce. They'll switch the V's and the W's. So I'll give you an example. Let me find one that has a combination here. This is again just an example. We're not going to spend too much time, but I do want to hear you pronounce it, and then I'll let you go because I do want you to get used to hearing some of this. This is a fairly long sentence, but it's a good sentence. Olivia, you try it first.
Woolen. Woolen.
Woolen.
Woolen. Woolen vests for whaling boats are worn in the vast woodlands.
Okay, you see, you were switching them around a little bit. So a couple of things. A V, right, is a voiced sound, right? And you do it by your top teeth on your lower lip, and it's a V, right? Now, if you don't make the sound, the sound, right? What does it turn into? It turns into an F.
That.
Right. So if you're not careful, instead of saying wolves, you'll say wolves.
Wolves.
But you don't want to say wolf. You want to say wolves.
Wolves.
Yes.
Wolves.
Right.
Oh.
The problem on that word is that people will take that V and make it into an F. Then on vast, the way that you said it, yes, it's vast woodlands. You said vast woodlands.
Oh,
and that's why the V,
woodlands.
right, the V and W gets, and we're going to work on this next session. That's a very, and by the way, some of those words, if you switch the V and the W, completely different words, which means somebody's not going to understand you. So, Sonny, you try this one.
Okay. Woolen vest for waning.
Whaling.
Waning. Waning. wearing.
Yes.
Wolves are
Wolves.
worn in wolves. Wolves.
Yeah,
Oh,
wolves.
wolves.
Yes.
Wolves are worn in the vast woodland.
Okay.
Woodlands.
Right. I'm concerned. I just wanted to hear the V's and W's, but you see the how the sounds get switched. You got them all right. You even got wolves right, which is it's a difficult that
Wolves.
V in the middle there is
Wolves.
difficult because it'll turn into an F if you're not careful. But you did pronounce it correctly. Olivia, you have to keep an eye on that V sound because that you did switch it, and on wolves, for example, you pronounce it as wolf, right? It's not wolf, it's wolves.
Wolves.
So we're going to work on that next week, and I'll send out the practice exercises again, and
Yes.
we'll have our usual conversations at the beginning so that we could practice all the connected speech. Everything that we practice here in these sessions, we're going to use when we have our introduction. So, keep them in mind, even on a word like vanilla. If vanilla is part of the conversation, focus on it, pronounce it vanilla. There's nothing wrong. Vanilla, exactly, vanilla. So
vanilla.
And I'll try to come up with a conversation topic that includes vanilla. I don't know how we're going to do that, but all righty. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on Monday.
Thank you.
All right, Monday it is. Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.